Recently, I've started a 30-day challenge that is concentrated in non-sugar dietary, and I have added a part which is about making wire jewelry. And this wire earring is for the first week. So if you're interested, come with me, start this challenge, both in dietary and making wire jewelries. Who's in? Just comment it to know each other. The first step, what we need. Almost for every wire jewelry making, we need flush cutter, round nose pliers, chain nose pliers, and of course wire. And for this tutorial, we need two sizes, 18 and 20 gauge wire. And to decorate this wire earring, we need pearl, stone, or bead of teardrop shape. First of all, pick up 20 gauge wire and pick it with round nose pliers and start rotating your wrist to make a loop like a P or a Q letter. Then keep it tight and with the other hand make a round shape at the other direction, and also you could use a pen or pencil. And the diameter here should be something like 6 millimeters. And in front of that little loop, make a bend and cut it out in about 5 millimeters. Now check it out in every direction and make it flat. Now I'm going to draw the overall map that I'm going to pursue to make the bends on the main structure. It's almost like a diamond shape that is attached to two straight lines, and you could also change the proportions. Pick up your thicker wire of about 18 gauge and put it on the design and the lines that you had drawn gradually and make the bends wherever it's needed. If you desire the angles to be sharper, of course, we need chain nose pliers. And if you want it to be a little more round, of course, you use round nose pliers. And this is the main structure. I'm going to make some changes and continue. For this main structure, you could make hammered effect, which I have explained on the link above, and also in the description I put the link. And here we make loop with those pear wires at the top, and here I'm going to choose the bead inside. I have a purple and a clear crystal, and I'm going to use the purple one. Okay, this is the change I've made for the main structure. As you can see, I have rounded the angles and make some changes to the proportion. These are my beads that are pear shaped, and of course every pear shaped stone or beads have a horizontal or vertical hole in between. I've selected this purple one, and of course with a vertical hole in between. Put the wire of 20 gauge and cut it out in about some millimeters and about 3 or 4 centimeters from above, and make a very little U shape at the end and press it down just like this with chain nose pliers, and this prevents the stone from falling down. If you would like this not to be clear too much, you could make a 90-degree bend like this in video. And at the top also we need a 90-degree bend and about 2 or 3 millimeters, and then with round nose pliers make a loop and keep it tight with one hand and wrap it all around just like this. And this is the connection for our bead, and here we are going to attach these two parts together. These are the pieces we've made, and here pick up the 20 gauge wire of about 20 centimeters and make a bend at the midpoint and here verify it if it's needed. Also, you can make this corner hammered, which is much more beautiful, or you could remain it just the same as it was. And here we are going to put this corner, keep it tight with one hand, and make a loop from one side on the wire and make it all round with round nose pliers because it's a little thicker than the thin wire we use for wrapping. Here we use our tools to wrap it tight on the main structure. So here I wrap it all around with round nose pliers, and wherever it's needed I make it tight with chain nose pliers. Wrap the wire at this place for about 2 or 3 times. Insert the bead in and repeat the same for the other side. We could have start wrapping wire from the above point and then continue, and this is one of the ways, of course. Cut out one of the wire tails at the very end and squeeze it with chain nose pliers. Then, at the other side and the other tail, wrap it all around the 2 rails, just like this, for both wire strands. And also here I'm using round nose pliers to make this better, especially for the short tail wires. It's a little difficult to use your fingers, and it's a much more easier way to use your tools, of course. And then after wrapping this wire for about 2 times all around both wire frames, squeeze it tight with chain nose pliers not to remain any sharp edges. And here, if needed, cut it out a little more with flush cutter and then squeeze it. In addition to remove that sharp edge, also you could use jewelry files to make it more smooth. Make a jump ring, open it and insert the main structure and also the wire hook that we have made, and then close the jump ring. And here our very beautiful wire earring.